Hello, in this lesson we're going to look at where ratio appears in shapes. There's a question on the screen for the do now. Press pause while you have a go and press play when you're ready to see the answer. The answer's on the screen. Part A 2 to 3 and Part B 1 to 1.5. The outcomes for today: write ratio from a text, consider how shapes can be enlarged, use side lengths to find the ratio of enlargement. The starter. There's a question on the screen. Look back at your notes from previous lessons if you are a little bit unsure. We have covered this already. Pause the video while you have a go at the question and press play when you're ready to see the answer. And there we go. Question A 640, question B 160, and question C 1120. To get those answers, we was comparing 8 glasses to 4 glasses. So what do you do to 8 to get to 4? And that was divide by 2. And we also divide this number by 2 to get to 640. Example number 1 for today. So this is where we're going to start comparing shapes using ratio. Which of the triangles below are enlargements of the triangle marked A? This triangle here. State the scale factor of each of these enlargements. So we've started with shape A, and it's got a base of 2 and a height of 3. And we need to see whether each of these other shapes are enlargements of this original shape. And the way that we can do that is to check that both of the side lengths have been multiplied or divided by the same number. So let's have a look at some examples of what I mean by that. So we'll have a look at shape B. The first thing I need to do is count the squares and see the side lengths of shape B. So along the base, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the height, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can write those onto the triangle that hopefully you should have already drawn. If you haven't got these drawn out, pause the video and just get caught up and press play when you're ready to move on. Now that I've got these shapes, A and B, and both of the side lengths are labelled on each of them, I can then see if shape A has been multiplied by anything to get to shape B. Let's have a look at the base. Here on shape A it's 2, and on shape B it is 4. What have they done to 2 to get to 4? Well, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, so we could say that A has been multiplied by 2. And then we need to check on this side as well. Has this side been multiplied by 2 also to get to shape B? Well, 3 multiplied by 2 is 6, and that is true on this shape. So what we can say is that B has been multiplied by 2. It's an enlargement with scale factor of 2. Moving on to shape C. Make sure you've got this drawn out, and what we're going to do again is count the side length. So along the base is 3. And the height, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 and 6 for shape C. Remember, both of the side lengths need to be multiplied or divided by the same number. So let's have a look at the height this time. On shape A it was 3, and on our new shape the height is 6. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. So let's check. Multiply 2 by 2. Well, that's not 3. That's not 3, sorry. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, but on this shape we've got 3. And that doesn't work. So C is not an enlargement. Moving on to shape D. Again, we'll count the squares along the bottom is 1. And this side, it goes at 1 square, but not quite 2 squares. It's in the middle of 1 and 2. That's going to be 1.5. So what have we done this time to go from shape A to shape D? Our side length has gone down, it's decreased. So instead of multiplying, 2 has been divided by 2 to get to 1. What happens when we divide 3 by 2? Use your calculator if you need to. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. And on shape D, that's also 1.5. So both of the side lengths have been divided by 2. Shape D has been divided by 2. We could say that shape A to shape D is an enlargement of a half. Each of the side lengths have halved. Next shape, shape E. Again, draw the shape and we're going to label the side lengths. Along the bottom is 2 and on the height is 4. If we compare the base, on shape A it's 2 and shape E is also 2. Well, 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. So our scale factor could be 1. So 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. So let's check the height. Let's do 3 multiplied by 1 because we need to multiply by the same number. Well, 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. But on shape E it is 4. So shape E is not an enlargement. And our last example, F. Make sure you've drawn that shape and we're going to label the side lengths. So on the bottom we've got 6 and on the height is 9. So let's compare the base. We've gone from 2 up to 6. So what do we multiply 2 by to get to 6? 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. So let's check the height. 3 multiplied by 3. Well, 3 multiplied by 3 is 9, and that's what we've got on shape F. So F means that shape A has been multiplied by 3. The scale factor is 3. To go from shape A to shape F is an enlargement with scale factor of 3. Example number 2. Amir has started to draw an enlargement of the quadrilateral marked A. This shape here is a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides. And it has A labelled inside. So we know that this is the shape it is talking about. Copy and complete the enlargement, which is here. So we can see that A has been enlarged. The side lengths have got bigger, but it has not been finished. What we first need to do is find out what the scale factor is. What has this side been multiplied by to get to this side? Or what has this side here been multiplied to get to this side here? And what we can do is compare how far across and up these points have gone. I'm comparing the distance from this to this and this to this. What I can see is this side goes exactly diagonal between the squares, and there's two. It goes through two squares diagonally. Here, 1, 2, 3. Goes through three squares diagonally. What do you multiply 2 by to get to 3? And the answer for that is 1.5. So all of these have been 1.5 times bigger. Let's have a look at this side here. We need to draw this on our new shape. And again, it's going exactly diagonally through some squares. I'm now looking at here to here. And I'm starting there. And I know that I'm going to be going down somewhere in this direction. Starting at this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've got 4 multiplied by 1.5. Use your calculator if you need to. And that will be 6. So starting at this point on my new shape, I'm going diagonally through 6 squares. So that's my first one. That's the second. That's the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. This side has now been enlarged by 1.5 on the new shape. And what you might notice is that from here, from this corner to this corner, they join up to each other. And that will be the same on the new shape. So all I need to do now is get my ruler and join these two corners up together. And that is example 2 finished. On the next slide is going to be some questions for you to have a practice. Pause the video on each slide. I'm going to move through them after a few seconds. So pause the video while you have a go and press play when you're ready to move on. Here are the answers. Questions 1 to 6. Question 7. Part D will be on the next slide. And question 8. That's it for this video.